Notre émoi est Paris qui bat la mesure, nous fredonne déjà.
When newlyweds Mr. and Mrs. Lee booked their honeymoon to the City of Love, it was a dream come true. Their friends had waxed lyrical about the French lifestyle in the lap of the gods. So they were not expecting the rough tone of some of the locals, particularly those who work in the service industry.
Can we start to order?
Je suis prêt depuis tout à l'heure, c'est toi qui n'étais pas prêt. Alors on y va maintenant, on y va, c'est parti, let's go.
Do you have sandwich? Sandwich.
Ouais, mais il faut choisir mon grand. What do you want? A sandwich.
You have everything in.
Non,
in
it's your
the
choice, it's your choice. Regarde, il y a une virgule, 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 virgule.
By this point, the Chinese tourists are feeling very uncomfortable, and when the waiter brings their food and drink, they're nervous about asking him another question.
Normally in American we have a square one, 2 pieces of bread.
Non mais this is French, ok? Sandwich. Voilà, c'est ça. Ouais, mais ici c'est pas chez eux. Ici c'est un sandwich.
Sandwich.
Oui, c'est ça.
Grouchy treatment of customers is bad for business. London has already overtaken Paris in visitor numbers. The Paris Chamber of Commerce has launched a campaign to counteract the situation. Where necessary, staff are teaching Parisians to be more friendly and to perfect the fine art of the smile.
Chinese visitors prefer to spend their time shopping rather than eating, so there's no need to be irritated if they just order something simple from the menu and then leave. It doesn't mean they aren't happy, they're just operating on a tight schedule. Ni hao means good day in Chinese. If you're able to say a couple of words in their language, it pleases them because they can see you're really making an effort.
But the restaurant owner doesn't come across as a willing learner. His customers and the average Parisian are worlds apart.
Asian tourists, whether they come from Japan or China, have their mobile phones glued to their hands. You can't talk to them, and you can't tell if they enjoyed what they ate because they always just smile.
Some Parisian restaurant and hotel owners fail to grasp the seriousness of the situation. High prices and mediocre quality is not only affecting visitor numbers, but also the reputation of the nation, which was known to celebrate the joie de vivre. But maybe not anymore.
In times of economic crisis, people tend to withdraw and become more conservative and distant, both privately and professionally. And then we have the fact that the French have always considered themselves to be the best at everything. They think foreign tourists will keep on coming to Paris regardless, so that they don't have to put in any effort.
Volunteers, however, seem to have a different view. Hundreds of so-called greeters can now be seen on the streets of Paris showing visitors around free of charge and doing what they can to polish the tarnished French image.
So you see the big wheel, white wheel, it's a brie de meaux and it's a local one. It's not done very far from here. In Paris, most of the time they are affinés, that's what we say. You know, you keep them for 1 month, 2 months in Paris.
Okay.
And so they get better. They change taste.
Yeah, I liked it. I think it looks so much cheaper here than in Norway, and looks very fresh at the market. And I like the variety of cheese that they got here.
I now have friends from all over the world, in Tel Aviv, New York, and in South America. We're in contact via Facebook and email.
Mr. and Mrs. Lee are not going to let a grumpy waiter spoil their honeymoon. In fact, they're trying to take something positive from the experience.
We try this. We come to France. We want to try everything in France. Everything in Paris.
Snack food.
It's one part of our travel.
France and its capital are still among the most popular tourist destinations, but it might not stay that way if visitors continue to take home tales of the grouchy rather than the charming French.